if the enemy here you're facing against has even a sliver of mobility, and they play around that mobility really well, it's not that hard for you to still hold that lane. Pangolier does have enough. Maybe level 1's the worst part with Shield Crash, but level 2 with a value point in Swash, and level 3 with a lower cooldown in Swash, it becomes a little bit more manageable, at least for the Pangolier. Just a bit.
Yeah, I'd agree. Actually, I'm not a great. I haven't played a lot of Pango, but from what I've seen, this hero will be very successful in this major so far. Once you get the levels, if you're managed, I feel like the Ags timing on this hero is also just nuts. Like a lot of people are just getting like not even bothering with like blink daggers and stuff. They're just going for like diffusal, like maybe a defensive item like a Lotus, or just like straight Ags. It's pretty nuts, like how much you can do on this Pangolier.
It's a lot of output. The diffusal in particular is just such a big timing for this hero as well. Heck, we've even been seeing the shard de-emphasized on the Pangolier in general, although a little bit of a skirmish here.
By the way, did we point out the fact that it is Matthew playing the Bounty Hunter, and it is in fact... And
yeah, they flexed.
Okay, well, speaking of getting flexed on, Pakaz just gets crushed on this 5-hero rotation bottom. And Bobica with the Enchantress impetus from downtown. Finds the kill.
Not the best here to hand it over to, but they are still set up to find more if they're not careful here. Chris Luck would definitely not want to go for his Blink level 1.
He's going to be forced to. That is rough.
That's a win for Sumail, right? We talked about the Quap versus Pango. With Blink on a Quap level 1, a Pango doesn't have as rough of a start into his level 2 and 3, and it becomes more playable. So it's a nice move to force out here on the side of Aster. You don't have to worry about just a clean like 2-0-3 build on the Quap. She's already wasted the skill point, and that simplifies the matchup just a little bit more here.
I feel like dying might be better than like giving that up, because you need like level 2 Shadow Strike, and you also need Scream of Pain for this lane. Like you probably wouldn't go Blink until level 4 in this lane normally. So this is really rough.
It's not a great feeling. And again, Sumail can kind of play that matchup a lot better without the early threat from Chris Luck. And that's something to be concerned about. I think, again, Sumail probably knows how to deal with this matchup as well from his experience. I'm sure Chris Luck knows how to shut it down as well, but it's just having that extra bit of mobility, having a little bit of that skill point advantage it's where it kind of makes or break a lot of Quap lanes when you're forced to go this way. So we'll see how it develops down the line. Taking a look down bot, Baboka on that Ench along with XXS on the Beastmaster up against Pakaz and Panda on the Jakiro and the Slark. And again, this is pretty stable for the side of Aster. Harass out with the Axis. You cannot kind of sustain true as Pakaz. You can't walk up and just harass out XXS either, although he's trying, but he's losing a lot of HP with these impetus shots in between from Baboka.
He's just beating him down with these like impetuses as well. And both heroes sitting pretty low. We're gonna see just a quick Helm Dom rush most likely out of the Beastmaster, so once he gets that Helm of Iron Will, he should be able to sustain the lane fairly easily. The Enchantress is going to get the Ghost Creep as well, so this will be really nice and massive on top of Panda here.
Oh yeah. Just finding these angles for the shots. It's always painful. The Jakiro can't do too much. Force the salve up early. Again, you kind of want to dominate the lanes of Jack, but in this specific matchup, they're making it really difficult to find that opening.
2-minute water. They're just going to split for that one. I'm really curious how Pakaz wants to lane this, because you could obviously go for like more levels and like pounce early if you want to be able to like try and fight for the extra leash duration as well as like the stolen attributes. But top lane, there's your first blood. They managed to take down the Bounty Hunter as Rubik will be able to get away here. Whisper, not quite enough damage. I mean, he goes Blinding Light here at level 2. It's definitely good at like securing range creeps and like messing up CS, but I'm missing a lot of damage out with not having that Illuminate.
Yeah, it's a trade-off. Like, you kind of want to play the stable lane. The mischance is pretty good as well. onto Monet post. You get some durability brought out for you here if you are chased down. But Monet's already off to a smooth start. 10-1. Not as smooth as our Slark, despite all the harassment coming out onto Pakas. So you definitely are still having impact. But again, this is playable for the PL. You've got dodge mechanics and all. They are diving here, though.
Yeah, great rotation from Matthew. Going for the double stun there from the Shadow Walk line. Just bring down the Enchantress. Very well played.
Yeah, and again, applying some relief for Pakas, who, despite trading pretty unfavorably, he is ahead in CS. He's finding his gold. XXS isn't being stopped, but you're sacrificing some of your PL to farm for that. At least in terms of creeps, it's not as smooth going here for Monet. So, solid enough start. Aster again ahead with a kill. Pakas has to watch these axes, though.
Yeah, he does. He did have a salve, though, so he will just pop that one back on out. Rubik. Be a little bit careful here. Matthew, again, he could go for the double Shadow Walk play here. Oh, too bad. He's under a sentry. They know.
Got the detection lined up. Just need to manage the rotations coming out. Matthew will get his own sentry and also block. Well, not block the camp. Open it up as well. Some pulse of EV or just some stacks for Whisper. And I think the mid matchup we're starting to see really pull ahead for Sumail now. Just again down to that blink level. Giving Sumail the room to play pretty safe for his first few levels at 5. And he's got level 3 Swash, level 2 Shield Crash. It's really hard to shove out the Pangolier at this point for the Clop, even with all the magic damage up. It's very dangerous for you to stick around and cop all of those swashes as well.
Well, free dagger is going to be annoying for sure, and just give the Queen of Pain a good amount of sustain to play with. But Matthew the rotate. Dude, he burst him instead. Oh no! I mean, he died with stick and fairy fire. He did not think he was going to die there.
Yeah, that damage from Swash it catches you off guard. We've got the early Blightstone as well for Sumail, so it softens up in a huge way. Down bot.
And they're going to get aggressive here once again. Nice pounce set up kill there on the Enchantress. As Matthew trying to close the gap here onto the Beastmaster. Let's get the initial stun. The axes will continue to just come through. No pounce yet for Pakas. They turn around on the Panda. Drop the Honk up into the trees. Is Dual Breath off the mark there. Pounce in one, but the TP in here from the Enchantress, they will just back away, it seems.
They're fairly low on your Jakiro, but Panda's still sticking around to see if he needs to try to relieve some pressure. Still enough mana for XXS to cast a few more axes here.
Oh, they are really chasing. Yeah, they managed to telekinesis into the Stomp. They found the bounty after the Dual Breath off the mark again. And Matthew, I mean, he's going to be safe. He'll make it out. You zone off this wave entirely, so. Tri-lanes versus tri-lanes in the bot side of the map is Monet doing pretty decent here on this PL. Top of the CS charts neck and neck with the Slark, but getting a lot of pressure relief from him is going to do wonders.
Yeah, he was struggling a little bit in those early levels. So pulling ahead now, feeling pretty good on that PL for the timings into the defusal. And just not under pressure. Again, you can always dodge out the spells of Whisper. The Big Illuminate's not a massive threat. And the Blinding Light is annoying, but it's not really enough to stop you. Monet's allowed to go for higher points in the Phantom Rush early, so a quicker farming pace from him. More output as well when he does run down. Keen to see when EG does decide to kind of take care of that PL issue. Because again, your lineup doesn't naturally deal with PL all too well. You've got some AoE clear on Chris Luck, but pinning down something like the Phantom Lancer does feel extra difficult as Whisper.
They're definitely going to try and just chase him down here. Blinding Light makes enough space. Also, classic Matthew to just go walk across the map and take the Wisdom Rune. It's just what he does.
Good steal. Very important for that Bounty Hunter to hit that level 6 mark. More XP always welcome.
Oh, he's in a lot of trouble. In comes C Smile, though, here on this Queen of Pain. Has a Sonic Wave as Pakas comes through as well. They will just go ahead and drop it. Bobica with 2 points in this Impetus. Pakas, he's got Shadow Dance if he needs to use it. He knows he's under a ward now. He's forced to Shadow Dance.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Doesn't feel too bad. I'm a little bit surprised that Aster, Sumail, just still camping mid, not getting out his own rotations. He's had a Rolling Thunder for a while, but he's getting free space to build up. Nice steal still for Chris Luck on the invis.
Oh, can they finish him off though? Doesn't not manage to get lucky on the bonk there. So yeah, nice steal on the invis. You're right. Does manage to keep C-Smile alive, and Sumail kind of wastes the Rolling Thunder as a result.
Again, I'm a little bit surprised with Aster not playing around with a Pango early on. He's got the Orb of Corrosion, he's got a lot of output, Power Threat's coming in shortly, and they're just kind of staying still, whereas Chris Luck's the one to rotate with a burst damage on hand, and that does give a little bit more for EG. They are still kind of lagging behind in that bird by 2k. Not the biggest deal. Panda gets himself on the cliff. Did he get lifted up? Was he chased down?
He had to be. How else he got it? Is he stacking
I'm thinking...
Dude, he's acting at the ancient stack. Wow. Oh, he didn't. It didn't stack. What?
Well, he has... I guess he has his TP coming out, surely?
Yeah, it's coming on courier.
Yeah, okay.
It's just a little slow.
I'm trying to think. It's either the lift back or a hurricane out from Baboka if he was in that area with a nice creep. Either or. Not the biggest loss. I mean, you know, we're not doing much, but it's not like anything's happening right now anyway, so... You know, all's well that ends well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because does manage to get the D-ward as he will head further into his jungle.
Radiant's bottom
And
tower
Panda
is
will
under
start to
attack.
TP bottom as well.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But with all of the heroes here on Aster, it seems pretty unlikely that they're going to defend. Yeah, they even cancel the TP on Whisper. They don't seem to like they want to bother with this. C-Smile's going to start to push mid a little bit as a result. That bottom tower is pretty much gone.
Yeah, he's going to surrender. The mid's being shoved in slowly but surely as well. And with the Jakiro, there's some progress to be done. At least you've got Rune Control, a regen up for Chris Luck. So you can kind of just push himself a little bit further if he wants to. In a rather even game, 3-3. 2k lead still stands for Aster. Fairly evenly farmed across the course. No one really lagging behind too hard. One outlier is just Baboka's farm on the Ench, where most of that gold's really hanging now from the net worth difference. How do they go mid?
Yeah, nice find here mid from Sumail. We'll be able to take down Panda. Great pick off. Whisper gonna try and slow down this push. I mean, 4 points in Illuminate now. It is pretty scary. He's also got the boots of travel, so keep for the light. Definitely going to be a little bit more problematic to push into.
And he did commit the roll from Sumail, so you can't really look for an opportunity at the moment just yet. Providing some relief out for EG. Keep playing this game. They've got the Echo Saber up and running in Pakas. So, not as susceptible to being ganked up. Can feel pretty scary to get pounced on. Defusal already up for Monedo.
Yeah, that's
PL starting to get online. Still will need the Manta to really be comfy, but if you do get the gank going, the inhibit's going to be good control. And pinning down the PL is pretty difficult, as we've seen. Whisper can't just directly threaten that lane because you've always got the dodge out with a doppelganger. So, pretty fine in the lane. And this kind of pace of the game for Aster is favorable for them. It does feel like, again, the PL is just going to scale up nicely. Your Beastmaster has a lot of utility he can go for. Already has a Dominator. Probably just rush into the Overlord. And Sumail is still waiting for his defusal time. So get a bit of a chase.
Yep. Top lane Panda will go down there. Doesn't get the D-ward. Does cost him his life in the process. Dire scan. They're trying to find Matthew on this bounty. Instead, he's on the other side, grabs the courier. He's closing in on his level 6, and that's like one of the big timings, right? Like, we talked about it earlier. You were saying Bounty Hunter, kind of one of these heroes that once he comes online, once he gets his level 6, definitely actually really kind of plays into EG's playstyle.
We have to see them maximize that on EG. Aster are the ones getting aggressive for now.
Gets the blink out though. See Smile. And it's a long cooldown, 8 seconds. They're gonna look for Sumail. The Sonic Wave comes through. They almost managed to kill him. And a stolen Sonic Wave there from the Rubik will be enough to find the kill. And now Pakaz wants to try and go in himself, but Matthew on the backside manages to find the Pango. They find their first kill. The tracks, they're available. The roar comes through from XXS. He will be able to take down one because he pounced up onto the tower. Oh no! Your Slark's not in the fight anymore. He's gonna pounce on down, turns attention over to Bobica, but he is level 6, and now with PL joining the fight, you've got no Shadow Dancer. He's got to try and TP on out, and he will be able to.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's find some punishment from the side of EG. It actually feels a little bit better for them in terms of the gold trade in the end, with how valuable the Aster heroes are. And you are a little bit concerned though. At the least, you know, killing off Pichu does take away that Sonic Wave. Would have been a nasty spell to keep around on the Rubik. Monet finally showing up with a defusal and show where his farm is going. Inside of EG, again, like, even though you trade there, you've got track. So overall, you're not too upset on EG. You are building up. They just need to keep maximizing that track. And they had to pop Roar and XXS, which isn't the longest cooldown for this interim period. Should be able to use that once more in the middle of these next fights. And the roll for Sumail is almost done. Like, he's having so much impact on the Pango without the defusal. Only 200 gold away. Once that's up, and that's when it starts to get really annoying and really painful for the side of EG having to deal with that swash and the inhibit.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be 2 defusals up, dude. That is going to be super devastating. Matthew, again, doing what he does best, stealing wisdom runes from the enemy team. This is what he does. All right. He's got another.
Damn. Aster just not having control there.
I mean, that's like 800 plus experience or something from them. They do manage to find Pandaboot. Gets the Macropyre out onto Sumail, but has a shield rune bottled up. See Smile. Needs to be a little bit careful here. Tracks are going to start coming through. Oh my gosh, Sumail just got blown up by Whisper there. Pops the shield rune. The Spirit Vessel is out. If they can actually chase on him down, it would be great, but nah. They get the kill. Swashbuckle's enough. And the tracks, I mean, they're out, but it's not enough.
Shield rune for Sumail just keeping it alive a lot longer. They still have a roll. If you want to play, they still have a roar as well from XXS. Everything's ready for a big team fight.
They had vision. I mean, it would be huge for a setup, but it is just so scary to play into that. The Ice Path stolen from the Rubik into the Telekinesis. C-Smile able to lift away. He's going to be able to throw the Sonic Wave to stop it, and he manages to find a kill, but they're able to just chase him down. Sumail with the Swash will find it.
Good dodges coming out there from Renee. Slowing him around here.
They're going to find the Beastmaster, and opening definitely going to be quite nice. The Ice Path does come through, and XXS will die, giving up those vessel charges now to this Coddle. Looks like they can't really chase anymore. You have the Aghanim Scepter disassembled up from the Slark, so he's finished that.
Big timing for Kaz. And ties into maybe a chakra combination here as well.
Oh, that's a big one. Gets the leap onto the Rubik, just blows him up as Whisper, becoming a pretty serious problem now. The Solar Brine damage combined with all of his vessel is doing work. They get 2 track kills. As they continue to look for more, but they gonna make his way back into his own tier 2 tower, so he'll be fine.
Yeah, and this is the timing for EG. Just having this early Ags, having this jump potential in Pakaz to set up for his team, pick off these softer supports, pin down the side of Aster. And Sumail just constantly being chased down by
He's gonna get bashed up here, and a second pounce as well. He's got Rolling Thunder in 1, but can they keep him in place? He's gonna go for it, but C-Smile grabs him with a nice scream real quick, and Matthew gonna continue to throw out these tracks while he can. Enchantress pick up on the backside. They still have the Macropyre, able to just clip 3. And he'll have to just disengage for the moment, because he was thinking about going back in. Rubik will meet up with this team here. I mean, it's just hyper aggression from EG, man. This is what they do. They were struggling for a moment, but the Bounty Hunter combining with Whisper on this offlane Coddle is doing a lot of work.
They're giving a lot of openings out, and Aster are just not able to play along that tempo. They're a little bit more tied into ultimates, and they're dependent on that roar. They're dependent on the roll. Monet still needs some farm to be able to match up here Once he's got his Manta up, then it's a little bit comfier for him. He doesn't worry about the Spirit Vessel. He doesn't have to worry about the bind. More bailouts to come out. So just need that to be up and running for the PL to kind of truly get into the middle of this action. And for EG, I mean, we have to see them keep playing this game that way. Right? Just keep going for these track kills, keep building up, have Pakaz show up early on. He's already got 7 permanent agi on the Slark. Just stack up more along with the tracks. Keep finding these pickoffs. Aster, though, they're starting to group up a little bit more. They're not providing as many openings out to the side of EG. They don't have the best vision game right now, though. Like, outside of these Hawks, not many boards being dropped. So it is a little bit harder for them to just kind of rotate around the map right now.
You see Matthews, he's going to walk right into him. They pop the dust, but he gets the drums out. He's quick. Disengaged. Sumail needs to be a little bit careful. They will smoke up here on the EG. They know pretty much where Aster is. They're going to clean up this mid wave. Nice pause. DP bottom. Walk on it. Try to get the initiation. They get the silence off onto the Beastmaster as he pops a Shadow Dance right away, and Sumail just get caught by the Sonic Wave, so the Rolling Thunder not going to connect. The Blinding Light to push the back as well. The track going to catch both because the leads continue. The pounces, just such a problem here for the side of Aster as the retreat. It's coming through. Sumail in trouble, tracked up, chased down as another pounce will connect, and they've got their eyes on Rubik. It's 1 by 1. They all fall. Aster in trouble now is a game that was so close. Suddenly 8,000 gold in favor of EG.
And they're just playing into EG style. Running into these fights, not having the best setup. They're not quite, ready to initiate, especially with Sumail. Like, he's rushing Ags, not going to have the blink, so it's hard to reposition for the roll. And just rolling up to the Quap. Sonic Wave just breaking off moments of your momentum is actually pretty big.
Yeah, it's huge. It's stopping the initiation completely.
Yeah, you just can't run down. Matthew as well, like, he's been so disruptive on this Bounty Hunter. And the stun coming out on that Shadow Walk, the potential for a double plinking stun there is big. Like, this change on Bounties honestly kind of busted that he has the ability to just double stun like that. Sure, it's not the longest duration, but all the stuns have been nerfed. Overall, that's a 3.2 second stun. It's longer than a lot of other stuns.
Yeah, man. Also,
it's about the length of Primal Roar, dude.
Is it actually the 2 stuns?
Yeah.
It really is. Wow. Also, one big thing, Whisper with the Orchid reveal actually did a lot of work. They unfortunately just smoked right underneath the ward. So they're going to try and just go steal the Tormentor. I think that's what EG's plan is here. They play around the new objectives really well. I think most of this is Matthew. Like, to be honest, like, this is one of the things that he's done really well from the support position, is he's always on top of these types of objectives and timings, right? So, yeah, they ground the enemy Tormentor. They should just back out right away as Aster is smoking right across the map directly at them. So, see if they can get out. Dire, Scan, looking to connect onto something. No Macro Pyre. Kaz could break the smoke here, and that's exactly what he does. He knows something's going on. C-Smile gets an Invis rune on the backside. Whisper is going to be the one that gets vision of it. And that's going to be a problem. Big Sonic Wave again from C-Smile, trying to just interrupt this initiation. So Kaz goes up onto the backside, able to take down the Rubik, but C-Smile is going to go down as well as Whisper. He drops the Shadow Dance, trying to stay on top of the Phantom Lantern. He's got him for the moment, but he gets that Doppelganger away. And a boop. And some trouble as well. Currently 3 dead on the side of EG as they go to just TP on home. And I mean, we kind of saw this as not a great angle for EG, but a good rotation from Aster to punish that greed to go for that Tormentor.
And that's massive for them. They get the big kills they want, 2 cores down. Just really hard to pin down Kaz at the moment. Looks a little bit messy, but they go straight into the Roche, and they can't clear this one out. They've got the output. So a good swing around. Sure, you lose your Wisdom Rune and your Tormentor, but you get Roshan, you get Watcher control, you get that secondary life up and running. It's a big opening for Aster off of a very forced movement out from EG. And 2 lives on Monet, stalling out time for him to finish up the heart. I mean, once you have that heart in the PL, how do you really stop this guy? Down the line, you're going to be expecting a pipe builder somewhere for Aster to mitigate some of that magical damage as well. It does feel like it's more on Chris Luck at that point, along with Whisper to an extent, to try and pin out the PL, but with Doppelganger up, landing those spells is a tricky task up against this slippery Phantom.
He's going for the Aghanim Scepter here on the Queen of Pain, so the AoE Shadow Strike. I'm not really sure how that works with the spells or units dying. I don't think it applies the Scream. Pretty sure it's only when it expires or it's reapplied, right? Either way, we'll find out, but I don't think that just like hard counters the PL loses is what I'm getting at.
I don't think so. It does make it a little bit more manageable, I suppose, just having that damage bouncing through, so can be helpful. The issue is you have a lot of dispels on the PL, so I don't know if he personally cares. His team will hurt, but PL itself probably not the biggest deal in the world, especially with a hard top. I'm just going to be able to have enough durability on hand. I would like to see a pipe come out, maybe from XXS. He is working on a BKB first, which is understandable. He has been constantly targeted down. Does feel like if the Beastmaster doesn't get his war in the middle of these fights for Aster, EG just has so much time to play. But here's that Ags we were looking for from Sumail into the Blink next. And yeah, his output now is just ridiculous. Just way too much. The Blink, though, does feel necessary.
He also has the Orb of Destruction, which is pretty cool. So he's got a ton of minus armor between the two orbs and the Lucky Shot. So he supports, as well as the Queen of Pain. Like, if he manages to get on top of them and actually, like, get both those procs, that's a lot of minus armor. They're going to fall very quickly.
Yeah. I can just rip yours apart. They're going to need that burst. And
Absolutely.
I think if you can burst down Whisper somehow, who does have a lot of HP, but if you can kind of focus him down, it simplifies the fights, because he's doing way too much for the Solar Bind, and with Illuminate heals coming out in the middle, like it is a lot of value coming through. Even the Blinding Light is fairly annoying for a lot of the heroes on the side of Aster. If Sumail can just lock into that softer offlane, it just makes it so much easier to take up the rest of the fight. And that is, again, assuming that Chris Luck doesn't just interrupt. He's been doing a fantastic job on the co-op to make it really awkward for Sumail to play.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Matthew is on the backside of the map here, just doing what he did on Ricky before, but now on Bounty Hunter, just taking down couriers. EG smoked up here. I mean, finding Bobica, not the best target to open on, but you definitely can take it. He gets the Force Staff away. Sumail with the Rolling Thunder not quite on the mark as Monet will be able to jump in. Try to find these heroes. Whisper is the one that he wants. He's able to just dodge it out for the moment. He jumps back in, manages to get on top of the Enchantress. It does finish him off. The one-for-one trade at the moment, but the tracks they're through. Whisper trying to just run away from Monet as the team crumbles. They're ignoring the PL for the moment to get the silence, but Slark, he pops the BKB. He's going to start laying into the PL. He gets the bash as well. The heart, it's not enough. And Matthew will just continue to just chase down everybody else. They're looking for the real one, and they will find it. Can Pakaz actually stand his ground here? The pounce does connect. He's being healed up. The disarms are there, but Pakaz needs to run. He gets the pounce away. Whisper gets him out, and See Smile blinks away as well. Now it's Matthew's turn. Oh, they're gonna reinitiate. They're not done. They go right back in. He pops the BKB on See Smile. Sumail hit up by the Vessel. The Orchid comes through. They get the kill, and now Pakaz with the pounce on forward. They've got the track on the right one. The bash is there. They just managed to pick away these heroes one at a time. You can't escape.
Dire's middle tower.
And now Bobica, he's respawned, and he might just die again. Oh, never mind. The attack's slow. He can't get him.
Yeah, not able to get the chain stun off, but a big win for EG. Aster. Again, just really awkward angles to take. Like, it looks like they waste a few spells with Boboka taking the front line, but they're not able to really connect. Sumail's rolling off into the back line while the action's up front. And sure, he kills off the Chikiro, but it's not your primary target. And it has to be the Kothor, it has to be the Quap. One of these two have to fall. And with a shard on Chris Luck, that silence on the Sonic Boom, it's huge in suppressing Monet from just trying to dance around. It is PL. Like, he does have a lot of the spells, but, you know, there's... The Manta's the one that's a little bit tricky to balance and deciding when to use this spell on hand.
Whisper
it's
has...
spammable.
Whisper has absolutely crushed these fights. Like, it is unbelievable how good he is playing in these engagements. Like, he just kited out the PL for a solid 30 seconds at the start of the fight. He's getting Chakra Magics off at the perfect times to allow Slark to actually just reset. It's so sick, like watching the offlane Coddle played like this.
Yeah, he has to be the one that Aster guns down. He's been giving way too much into these team fights for EG.
Look at that.
Aster will re-smoke up. Oh. Yeah, waiting. There it is.
He's stolen every single Wisdom Rune this game.
That is so bad. Can he find him? No.
Oh, he just TP's out. Oh my god, dude.
Oh, what can you do? You know, it's like one of those things. EG has just been on point with these new objectives. Whereas Aster, they've been a little bit slow on a lot of them. Even some like the Tormentors, so they get punished. And EG's just working the map so well. 15k lead for EG. Pakaz way ahead of everyone else. And for Aster, on this Ag Zone mini could help the cause. It is fairly annoying to deal with the bouncing Spirit Lances. But, I don't know, like, the angles with Sumail, it's difficult to find. XXS just gets his blink up now. Struggling to find his farm, Chris. Look.
They will find the initiation to C-Smile, but he has a shield rune, quite tanky. They do manage to get the initiation, the science on the Pango as well, the Force Staff to save him from the cause. He's not going to settle for that one. The Sonic Wave shreds through the Pangos. He's going to buy back into this game, but he's got to be careful. Sumail, he's losing heroes pretty quick. The Spirit Vessel will finish off Bobica, but with this Rolling Thunder, able to get on top of Kaz with the leap away for the moment. But C-Smile's just picking away these heroes on the backside. He pops the BKB. XXS trying to TP on home, but he's not going to be able to. And the tracks giving vision over the Pango. He's got a shield crash, a swashbuckle into the high ground, but it's going to be the PL that's isolated and the Death Shroud to save his team. Pounce connects. Perfect prediction from Pakaz. 4 dead once again. EG are just crushing these fights.
Spectacular execution coming out from EG and for Aster. I mean, it's just so difficult to go into this. To all of this control, to all of this jump, to the insane chakra on the Slark, to just keep pouncing around, to keep Chris Luck mobile. And the information Matthews has been given. You know, with the track up, it's just so easy to find the backline, with Invis. But again, the amount of sentries you have in the game just being so limited now in comparison. It's just difficult to even get that playstyle of finding a weaker backline. Even with this Fortify, I don't see a defense angle without these ults on Aster.
C-Smile just runs in, tries to finish him off, and they will get him. The Macro Fire even committed as well. Now, they don't actually get the melee barracks, which is the big objective they wanted, and they will just disengage. Panda TPing out of the cover of the Glimmer Cape. So, a hold, I guess you could say, for Aster here, and it is something, but it feels so rough. You're 26,000 gold behind now, as Pakaz is closing in on a Lincoln's.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else you can do here on Aster, honestly, with this kind of draft. Maybe this blink on XXS, just relieve that pressure in Sumail to keep trying to land these rolls, as... You know, Chris Luck's been on point with the Sonic Wave usage. Just try to jump in more.
First hit bash, the BKB comes out, is Pakaz. Doesn't really feel like facing Matthew. Looking to get the track angle. Doesn't look like he will, but they will clean up the Ancient Creep anyway. So that's something anyway.
They could group up for the Tormentor now as well if they wanted to. Steal even more away from the side of Aster.
They've stolen everything from Aster.
Yeah. Everything. Every single one. They should just do it. You know, send a message. Show Aster, hey guys, new patch, new objectives. Y'all have to really watch your timers in that, because you haven't been taking it. All right, they're finally going for it.
Oh, the Enchantress doing the cheeky play, and it's dead. This is a good one. Wait, she didn't attack it. What happened?
There it is.
Oh, there they are. Oh,
not enough.
100 HP. No,
not enough. That is, oh man, Aster.
Oh, that feels so bad, dude.
Oh, now they'll take it. They'll take it. EG still find it.
EG still gets it at the end of the day.
Oh my god.
Oof. Well, they pop the Rolling Thunder. Sumail is trying to find something. They have Ward Center on the backside here in Pakaz. Under the cover of the Shadow Walk Shard that's been granted to him. So now he just gets the bash out of there. It's very good.
Yeah. That bounty shard is kind of ridiculous. That
dude, it's so good.
Cooldown of 10 seconds. and you can stack it up. It's wild. Like the stuns for days is kind of insane. Let's say you get multiple heroes on that Shadow Walk, just chain stun on your reveals. It's yeah, that's kind of nutty. It's kind of nutty.
Right. Who got the shard in the last one? It was Jakiro. Okay, so Liquid Frost online. That's some great power push. And with the help of the Spirit Form, they'll have no problem taking this Roshan. The sustain that comes out from this is just so dang good. I love the positioning here. Looking at Pandabu as well as Whisper just sitting behind the pit. You know, like, even if you try to take the fight, you're not going to be able to get to these important supports. So, or not even supports, the backline rather. We'll grab the Roshan and instantly take the Twin Gate to the top side of the map. Matthew's going to start hunting. He's going to walk right into Bobica. Nice pike. Really well done. Dust comes out as well. They don't have the numbers here on the side of EG, so they kind of need to be careful here.
Surprised they didn't mass commit to move up top, but not going to be punished. Don't go too far forward anyway. Again, they're just shutting down the map. Aster have just not... They've not been able to really farm into anything. Monet's Ags is coming through, at the least, so again, Spirit Lands bouncing around could be good. Sumail's forced to get an DP. Does manage to TP out to safety, at least. And the Blink for XXS still miles off. Like, these key items are just not there. I don't know how you take any fight. Maybe a pick-off, sure, but EG just hasn't split up. Even when they do, they're really mobile. You have to commit a lot just for one kill.
I mean, this bounty is just such an issue. Like, he's so farmed, nearly the same net worth as your mid laner, but he's just constantly providing vision under the cover of the Shadow Walk, and he's just got a Crimson Guard. He's got this casual Elven Tunic, so it's not an easy pick-off, even if they find Matthew.
It's a hard one to pin down. When his Ags is up, at least with the Heart Illusions, they are fairly durable. You can try to keep stalling. The high ground hold of the PL is decent enough. With the full Ags up, you can stall for a little bit. Aegis is still up and running for 3 minutes, so I'm sure EG will just kind of look for an opportunity to go. They ping out some mail. Okay, they got a rune.
They got a... Yep, they finally got the Wisdom Rune. It might cost you a death, but, you know, you got the Wisdom Rune.
Yeah, you got it without buyback. 90 seconds for Sumail to be gone. A big opening for the side of EG.
Worth opening.
I mean, suppose so. You know, you get one rune at the least in this game. It's something.
Well, they jump in right for Bobica. Does not connect on the pounce though. You do have the Aghanim Scepter finished up on the Phantom Lancer, and this Ags is super good. So 750 bounce radius, the bonus illusion damage. It's constantly up, super annoying to play around. Kaz just popped the Depth Shroud. He's trying to just work on this tower instead. Get the pounce onto the Phantom Lancer, still playing around the Depth Shroud, just trying to stack up the damage. They've got Monet. The Manta's there, but he will be able to make it out just barely at the end. Seasmile just jumps in, trying to chase him. The Roar comes through, trying to save Monet, but can they do it? It's not going to be enough. He burns down the Seasmile. No buybacks on anybody. Aster down 3. They just dive into the base. It belongs to EG now.
There's no counterplay.
Not at all. Whisper just so aggressive with these blink plays as well. And that's it. Tier 4s, they're up. Nope, no fortifications as well. It's just a matter of time before they close this one out.
Yeah, it's not an easy time for Aster. Not an easy game. It felt like could have maybe found a little bit more with a PL pick. They called it GG. EG just plays so damn impressive. Like, they just get going very early on. They play around. Matthew's just a madman. And stealing almost every rune except the one Sumail found. And if Sumail found one, you can go away with saying, well, we didn't lose all.